welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and today I want to talk about when is the appropriate time to be breaking a fast. Lately I've been getting a lot of emails from people telling me that they've been getting onto juice fasting or doing some sort of cleanse because it's now kind of like the beginning of the spring. We know that winter is kind of coming to an end, the snow's melting, the temperature's coming up, and a lot of people are getting on to doing different cleanses and detoxes, which is super fabulous. And also, what's at this time too, as you guys know, I host a 10-day juice fasting program every month, and so my juice fasters, they're on day number 10 today. They're on their last day, and on our forum, there's been a lot of discussion about when is the appropriate time to break a fast. And many people, it's approach this in different ways and have different reactions as well to breaking a fast. And I always find this very interesting. And, the one thing that always comes up when I'm hosting like a juice fasting group, which it's always a 10-day program. And the one question that always comes up every month is, why is it 10 days? Is 10 the magic number that like at the end of the 10 days, someone's going to go through some sort of spiritual or emotional enlightenment? Are they going to come to a certain realization in their life? Are they going to drop a certain amount of weight? Is the 10 days going to enable them to reverse some sort of health condition? Why is it 10 days? And I have to just say that there's no formula behind how long someone should be fasting. And when I'm talking about fasting, I just want to specify that I am talking just about juice fasting or juice feasting. Okay, I'm not talking about water fasting or dry fasting. Someone asked me to specify what is dry fasting. Dry fasting is when you don't even take in water. You're not taking anything in. Okay, so when I'm talking today about when the appropriate time is to end a fast, I'm talking about juice fasting and juice feasting. Okay, so main thing is that why do I pick 10 days? And no, there is no formula behind the 10 days. The reason why I chose 10 days was pretty much because I felt it was a good enough time that if someone wanted to do like a long juice fast, like 10 days, that they would have the support from the beginning until the end, okay? And that they'd also know how to transition onto the fast and get off the fast and have daily videos every day that is educating them and motivating, inspiring them along for 10 days. But it's also a good amount of time that, because I know a lot of people, it's their first time fasting and everything's very daunting, that, and everyone's coming from different lifestyles, that sometimes they might get onto a fast and they might do really well for the first 12 hours, but then by the evening they ate something, and so 10 days is enough time that in case someone does a few days fasting and then so-called falls off, there's enough time to get back on, okay? So there's no pressure, there's no guilt, and mainly everyone has to go at their own speed and their own length of how long they want to be on a fast. And and anything is good. Even, just fasting for 18 hours is fantastic, and if someone can do 2 days or 4 days or 10 days, whatever they're doing something good for their body. They're giving their body a chance to have a break, to catch up on digestion, to, reset their taste buds, and get over addictions and even reverse health conditions, drop some weight, get their appetite back under control, feel and experience what it's like to actually have real hunger, and to also just know that they're capable of doing it. And so that was like a big thing that came up on this month's juice fasting program, was for a lot of people, it was, because majority of the time when I'm hosting these juice fasts, majority of the people, it's usually the first time they've ever done a juice fast. And I'm always amazed at, it towards the end, people end up breaking the fast at different times. And the one thing that they always say is that they can't believe that they're actually able to do it, and they're really proud of themselves and really, celebrating the fact that that they could do something that they thought that they'd never be possible to do. and that that confidence that they get from doing the juice fasting is something that awakens even more confidence in themselves, that they're capable of doing even, greater and more things in their life. And that, there's just a lot of self-worth that comes out of this. And for me, that's a really exciting thing, is that by doing different cleansing and different fasting is that, when you first set out to do it, you might have certain goals. But then towards the end, those goals change. And that's a lot of times what ends up determining how long the fast is going to be and when to break it. Is that a lot of times I find that different fasts, different things come out. And a lot of times people come to a certain understanding about themselves. And at that moment of sort of realization is the moment that they're like, okay, I got it. And now I can break the fast. And then other people break the fast because they come to a physical realization where they feel like, they're ready to have food. And there's never, I really want to emphasize this to everyone. People that are, part of my little juice fasting group, or the people that are doing some sort of fasting and cleansing on their own, is the fact that there's no right and there's no wrong. Okay? What's the right thing to do is to be listening to your body, listening to yourself, and honoring that. And I know with myself, I've done so many fasts, you guys, like so many. And sometimes I can only make it through 10 hours. Other times it might be 10 days, 20 days. But, it's every time it's a different experience. And the one thing that I feel that always needs to be reinforced is to celebrate what you have done. Never, ever break a fast feeling guilty. Never, ever break a fast feeling shame or feeling like you've failed in some way. Never, ever. That's the one rule, okay? Is that really when you break a fast is to break it celebrating. And that way, your transition off the fast, whether it was from doing a 10-hour fast or doing, a 10-day fast, is that transition becomes a celebration, and you continue in a spirit of honoring and respecting yourself, because that's what's most important, and that's what I want to emphasize today. So it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. We know this with everything, and there's it's an opportunity when you're doing cleansing and fasting to really get to know yourself, because this is the time when things slow down. This is the time when you need to take care of yourself. You have no choice but to listen to yourself. And this is the time to get to know yourself, that you might be pleasantly surprised to see what comes out and what is revealed about who you are and your capabilities. So I want you to think about that today, and that's what I'm going to leave you with. So I wish you guys the most fabulous, fabulous day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!